Cabela's Spring Thunder is brought to you by the National Wild Turkey Federation. Conserve, hunt, share. ScoutLookWeather.com. Never trust a weatherman who doesn't hunt. And Cabela's, it's in your nature.
Well, thanks for joining us this week on Cabela's Spring Thunder. Before we get to the show, I'm going to actually discuss with you a little bit our new Gobbler Watch site that comes directly off Spring Thunder. I basically just want to show y'all how to put in an activity report. If you go to post something, you just want to hit where the turkey track is, right here, add activity, then your location, and these locations can't be seen by everyone else. Now, this is just for your own personal use. You can put new location, you can log all your hunting spots right here so that you know how many gobblers you're hearing on each spot on a given day. And then you can go back in the My Trends area up here and check on that later on in the season if you're trying to figure out which spot you want to go hunting. And then please go through all these activity fields, because this is going to be the information that we start to draw conclusions on, and ultimately what's going to help us help you in the future for harvesting gobblers. But with that being said, we're going to get to this week's show. We got a great episode for you. We're going to head down to Georgia first and join Dell Kirby. It's youth season down there. It just was this past weekend. And we're going to start you off with a very memorable hunt with Dell and his daughter Katie. This is a hunt that happened 5 years ago, and when Katie was little, she actually battled and won against cancer. So you can really get into the emotion that Dell experiences in this hunt. And then we'll give you an update from this year's youth season with Dell, Keith Carter, and Keith's son Harrison. So we hope you enjoy the action.
Are you ready? Are you ready to kill this turkey?
Mm-hmm.
He's gobbling, ain't he?
Oh, yeah.
Where's he at? Point. Where's he at?
Over there in the tree somewhere.
Okay, all right, let's get ready. Get your hands ready. You shoot either one. Look at him. Look at him fucking. This is awesome. Thank you, God. This is awesome. I'm gonna stop him right here. You got it on him? Wait a minute. Here he comes. Here he comes. Let him come. Let him come. Let him come. Let him come. Put the bead on him and pull the trigger. Put the bead on him and pull the trigger. Put the bead on him and pull the trigger. You got him! Jesus Christ!
Oh my goodness!
Thank you, Jesus!
Oh my goodness!
Oh, I love you. God, I love you. God, I love you. He may not be mountable.
Are you serious?
You shot him to pieces.
How long is his beard?
I don't know. Oh, I love you so much. I love you so much.
I love you, Daddy.
Let me get the camera.
Hi, my name is Katie Kirby. I'm 11 years old, and I've been hunting before, but this is actually my first turkey. This is a really beautiful gobbler. I couldn't thank God for a better gobbler. I mean, this one is beautiful.
Good morning. As you see, man, it was a beautiful hunt this morning. We came in here first thing at first light. Wasn't sure if these birds were in here. I hit the owl call one time and he gobbled, and he was right here on this hillside, and ended up being two nice gobblers and a jake, and they both come in strutting, and there was probably, I don't know, a dozen hens with them. And man, what a beautiful morning. The Lord just blessed us immensely this morning. And this was Katie's first hunt. This is the first time that she's had the gun and she was doing the shooting. She's been out turkey hunting with me before and sat with me before, but she was always a little intimidated by the gun. And she's 11 now, and she's finally gotten over her fear of shooting the gun. And I just thank God so much for this. This is just an awesome day. Awesome day, just a real emotional day for me, because you know, I don't want to force hunting on my child by no means, and you know, I just want her to enjoy the outdoors and just have an appreciation for it. That's really all I want, is her just to have an appreciation of being out here, and she does. She appreciates it, and we appreciate the Lord, and you know, just what an awesome day.
Failed.
Alright, you ready? Alright, let's do it.
Friday, March the 13th. It's the day before our youth season. I came in here a week ago and I set this blind up. I'm in an area that we refer to as the island. If you look at it on an aerial map, it just kind of has the shape of an island and it's surrounded by a sea of pines. Tomorrow's our opening day of youth season. Harrison, Keith Carter's son, he's going to be shooting tomorrow. He's going to be hunting, and if this bird does the same thing tomorrow morning, he's probably going to be in trouble. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we'll have this bird on the ground tomorrow morning. He's a nice gobbler. He really is.
Well, the morning started off pretty good. We had several birds gobbling. It was just one of those rainy, foggy, dense mornings, and we think the birds actually pitched down and went the opposite direction down in the bottom. Like I said, we've gave it a couple hours now, so we're probably going to pack out of here, go back to the camp, get some breakfast, and then get back on this afternoon. We know they're not far, but it's just don't feel it this morning. So Harrison did well, sat good and still, so we'll try them again this afternoon. What do you think, buddy?
Yep.
All right.
All right, it's Saturday afternoon. We struck out this morning and we heard a couple birds gobble, but they were way off. They didn't come up on the top of the hill like they did yesterday morning. What we're gonna do, we've got a food plot down off below the island. We put in a new food plot. It was just starting to come up last week when I was here. So we're gonna ease down there and set a new blind up. We may or may not hunt it tonight, but we know we got at least 3 gobblers down there. The one gobbler that I filmed yesterday morning, and then been getting pictures of 2 more gobblers, and we checked the camera last night on the way out, and I got pictures of those same 2 birds again. So they're running around with about six hens, I think. We may hunt it in the morning, just depends. So we'll give it a shot.
We moved down from where we were last night on this island and got down in the bottom of this food plot we put in about 3 weeks ago. We got 3 or 4 birds gobbling around us, so we're in the game this morning anyway. We're just gonna hold tight and keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully these birds will come into this food plot and Harrison here can take one of them out. But it's a great morning this morning.
Gobbler right there. See his head? He's walking back to the left. See him right there? He's fighting. I think it's 2 different ones.
Just get ready, son.
Real slow. He's stopped now. Hang on. I'll fix it where I can. You think you can kill him right there?
I think I can.
Wait. You got him, buddy. You got him.
You got him, buddy.
I'll guarantee you he's got some hooks on him.
I told you I'd get you, Mr. Gobbler.
Oh,
That's a heck of a shot, man.
just walk over and look at your bird. Big pal. What an awesome morning we had this morning. The birds did what they're supposed to do. We actually were hunting this bird yesterday. Dale had filmed him actually the day before open season up in a place we call the island. We got near this morning and he wasn't there. He had moved down into this flat and he started gobbling a couple of 100 yards away, and he worked his way down into this food plot, and he kind of hung up for a while, and my buddy Harrison here made an awesome shot. Were you nervous, buddy?
Tad.
Tad. You did a good job. You had a great shot on him. Well, how you like this turkey hunting?
A lot.
Love it. Well, it was an awesome morning. We just thank the Lord for such a wonderful day. We were really blessed with this bird. I think I've got my boy hooked on turkey hunting now. So next week's regular season opens up, and Dale and I'll be back out here again next week. Y'all stay with us, and hopefully we'll bring you some more next week. But thank you for watching Cabela Spring Thunder. Give me 5. Yes, sir.
As we've noticed in the past few years, different loads for turkeys have come a long way. Last year, one of the biggest advancements was the Winchester Longbeard XR. We used it all last spring with great results. Now this year, we have a new load from Federal Premium. It's called Federal Premium's 3rd Degree. So today, we've got a nice day out here in the Midwest. We got Aaron's old 870 out. We're gonna be patterning both these loads at close range and long range. And hopefully that'll let you guys know what shot shell will work best for your hunting situation this spring. Well, that was the 3rd degree. We're gonna put another shoot and see target and shoot the Longbeard XR at 15 also. All right, let's try this Longbeard here. That Winchester Longbeard definitely shoots a tighter pattern than the 3rd degree at 15 yards. But we're gonna put these targets back at 40 and see what both those loads do from there. Let's try a 3rd degree at 40. We just got the targets from 40 yards, and we're gonna go over a little comparison for you. Here in front we have the Winchester Longbeard XRs. And as you can see, this pattern is still high at 40 yards. So that shell is an extremely hot shell. It's coming out super fast. We still got 15 BBs in the 10 ring, so it's still a lethal shot. But we definitely notice that this pattern is still pretty tight at 40 yards and is shooting a little higher. Here we have the Federal 3rd degree, and similar results. We got 14 BBs in the 10 ring, still shooting a little higher. So this is also a tight shell. Now we're going to take a look at the 15-yard targets. Here in my left hand I have the Winchester Longbeard, in my right hand I have the Federal 3rd degree. The first thing you notice with this Federal is it's a lot more spread out than the Longbeard XR. So this shell is really what we came down to, is this is going to be a great all-around shell. Anywhere from 10 to 50 yards, you're going to shoot a good pattern, and most likely you're going to be able to kill that tom. Now here with the Winchester, as you can see, this is a super tight pattern at 15 yards, which means your margin of error is going to be very minimal. You have to have that bead right on that tom's head. But overall, both loads are very good. The Federal is going to provide you a more consistent pattern from 0 to 40. You have a little bit more margin of error. And then for the Longbeard, it's got a super tight pattern at 15, and you're not going to be able to flinch an inch. But it's going to allow you to reach out there to 50 to 60 yards and make a lethal hit. So hopefully this little test will make it easier when you go to the store to pick out your turkey loads for spring turkey season this year.
Just doing a little touching up on a project that we started a few years ago. If you remember, a few years ago we did a segment on, we've got these planted pines that at the time they were about 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old, and were very undesirable for the turkeys. Pine trees so short and the briars are so thick that the birds just don't want to move through them. So what we've been doing over the last few years is creating these areas that allow these turkeys to give them kind of a travel corridor. Our neighbor's property right over here is very good turkey habitat. Ours not being good turkey habitat, and then the neighbors on the other side here being good turkey habitat again. We're trying to give them a corridor to travel back and forth, trying to give them a reason to want to come through our property and use it more. It's been 2 years now since we did that segment. These pines are now 6.5 years old roughly, and you can see how much more open it is in here. I've got probably 8 to 10 lanes that are wide open and go all the way to the property line, probably about 100, 150 yards back here. And the birds have been using it. They've been transitioning back and forth. We've got a little food plot right here that we deer hunt over, but it gives the birds a place to come in. They can feed in the plot, and then they can travel on through and walk on out in any direction. The woods are actually starting to open up considerably now. The birds are starting to use it a little bit more in certain areas. Some areas are still really thick, which is good for nesting. Gives the birds a good place to go nest, but it's looking really good in here. I'm gonna finish doing some limb trimming and just continue to just try to open it up more.
Right there you go again. The birds are gobbling a little bit this morning down in Missouri. These warmer temperatures have got them fired up here in mid-March, but that's going to do it for this week's episode. If you're not already a member of the NWTF or need to renew your membership with them, please click on the link in the corner of our screen and go over to their page and become one. But thanks once again for joining us. We'll see you next Monday for the next episode of Cabela's Spring Thunder.